Ever since I was younger, I've known there was something wrong with my family. Every eldest sibling on my father's side was gruesomely killed on their 21st birthday. My great-grandmother fell off a mountain a few weeks after having my father. My uncle crashed into a semi a minute after midnight. There's no telling what hour it happens, just that it will. The only one who's ever managed to survive was my grandpa Ed. Being the eldest meant I was the one who would be targeted next. So every weekend and break, I was sent to Grandpa Ed's house to learn how to prevent it. He explained a few things to me. If you hid the time out, it would come for you. It was a lanky creature that looked almost like a greyhound, if a greyhound was 6 foot tall and had no face, lanky limbs, and its stomach opened into rows and rows of sharp teeth. He explained that some members of our family had survived up to midnight the day after their 21st, but after they had been successfully safe, it would come and tear them apart. Many chose the former of having a quick, random death instead of getting mauled alive for the slim chance of survival. Grandpa Ed had his arm torn off by it, which is why his sleeve was constantly tied up. He showed me things. How to shoot a shotgun. How to make a salt circle. He had survived by setting the thing on fire, watching it burn alive until the day had passed. That was the rule. And that was a very strong if you survived, it would skip that generation and go to the next. I spent the next few years dreading my 21st birthday and preparing. A week before my birthday, I sat with my sister and drank. She was headed off to a year-long trip without electronics that night, meaning she would be too far to properly celebrate my birthday. I think I'm scared. The alcohol made it easier to admit the fact. I was scared. I had been scared. Grandpa Ed had died 2 years before, but luckily it was in a hospital bed because of old age. Don't be. Lydia had replied, kicking my leg playfully. Just remember what Papa taught you and you'll be fine. I could see in her eyes that she was worried too. But, if you do die, can I have your Nintendo? The new Animal Crossing is calling my name. I snorted and pushed her. Asshole. I grinned, looking at her. I'm not gonna die. Out of spite. And now I'm leaving you out of my will forever. Lydia and me had talked for the rest of the night, but after that, I wrote notes. Not suicide notes, per se. Just death notes. A little morbid, but there was a 90% chance I was going to die in a week's time, sue me. It was random stuff. Good times, happy times. Stuff they'd get when I died. Lydia would get my Nintendo as she wanted. Only if I died though, and she'd have to pry it out of my cold dead hands. My boyfriend had gotten a letter too, as I had explained to him. He had begged to stay, but I couldn't bear the thought of something happening to him. So I prepared. I got the salt. I got the flamethrower. I got a shotgun. I burned herbs and even consulted a local witch who specialized in curses. Hell, I even went on Etsy and ordered sacred beads or something. Anything to live. And so came the night of my 21st birthday. I had set an alarm that night for 11:50 p.m. I ate a sandwich, grabbed snacks and the fire extinguisher, and locked myself in my bedroom for the next 24 hours. 12 hours passed with nothing. Silence. I watched TV to pass the time. But nothing. Absolutely nothing happened. No weird wires being exposed, no house fires, no it coming to my door. Nothing. After hour 20, I had glanced at my closet. There was a box peeking out. One I'd seen but never opened. My mom gave it to me a few weeks before. I crawled over and tugged it into my lap, glancing over it. It was simple. Covered in drawings. And inside it were letters. I read every single one. And my heart began to clench as I realized what they were. Love letters from my mother. I scanned the pages. She was secretly meeting up with a man named Peter behind my dad's back. During the time her and my dad were married. And then I realized something that made my blood go cold. My mother and Peter were seeing each other about 9 months before I was born. Which would mean I wasn't my father's child. Meaning I wasn't the eldest on my father's side like everyone thought I was. Lydia was.